Yeah, that's right. Get rid of them fucking bums. They bums. You know what I'm saying? Local residents rally to resist Brookhaven redistricting plans. Imagine that. Brookhaven, are they redistricting the lines to make sure the demon Democrats stay deeply in power? Oh yeah, oh yeah. They at it again, but you can't get no Section 8. You can't get no ease with the rent. They talking about the program running out of money because the poor is depending on it after they fucked up their lives and fucked up the country, and now bringing in everybody else who gets 450,000 a cell phone and running through the country because they're shipping them here and there. Some getting the money, some probably not. Biden say basketball star Gainer sentencing in Russia is unacceptable. How is it unacceptable? She should have been released anyway. But you the one caused a lot of this bullshit to happen. And then you probably using her as a pawn against you. And now you're sensible to make yourself look good. So did she go over there and get busted particularly to make you look good is what we must ask. And I hope she didn't do that. Abbott leads over Beto might be might be insurmountable. And it should be. It should be. He should beat out Beto in one shot because Governor Abbott is the best you got over there with only about 90 days remaining until the November 8th Texas gubernatorial election. Incumbent Governor Greg Abbott polling leads over challenging demon Democrat in Texas. Imagine that. Beto O'Rourke or whatever his name is only increasing. Yes, yes, keep the demon out. Keep Mr. Abbott in the position. Keep him right in there. Beautiful job, people. 5 foot alligators surrender by owner to Suffolk County SPCA. What are you doing a 5 foot alligator? I don't know. But we're looking here at Carl Lakes, you know what I'm saying? Kari, I'm sorry, Kari, in election, denier Kari Lakes prematurely declares uh, 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 election victory in the GOP primary. Yay! Let's keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. A missing Brooklyn teen found in Harlem after tips by police. The mother found her daughter. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep up the good work, people. These missing people that must be found. Let's keep up the work. But we know the pedophilias and the bloodsuckers and the Luciferians are snatching these kids and doing bullshit in the deep state bullshit that they do. This is what they're running from prosecution because they know this has all been revealed and coming out, and now they're in trouble. They're doing everything under the sun, especially when it came to people like the butcher, you know what I'm saying, and many other serial killers. They all was allowed to keep ramping their killing, and they got away with it. Excuse me, it's a ghetto nigga, you know what I'm saying? U.S. released uh, global terrorist attack warning for Americans. Yeah, caused by you, Biden. You caused a lot of them terrorist attacks. Get out of that, please. You know what I'm saying? Now we see another one coming up, another idiot saying being a sanctuary city is all fun and games until the migrants actually show up. And you got black ladies sitting up there looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? She needs to get out of that office. That's what she thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what state it is, but she needs to really get out of that office because she ain't sounding right. You a sanctuary city. Look who's leading it. So if who is she? The governor? Is she the governor of the state? I don't know her name. Coming from the Washington Examiner. You know what I'm saying? But see, she's saying being a sanctuary city is all fun, I guess, and games until the migrants actually start showing up. Yes, so it was all right when it was happening to Greg Abbott, but it ain't all right for this black. I'm telling you, a lot of these black leaders that you see are in government seats and in positions in these states are no more than boule college fucking Freemason boule garbage that was allowed to become boule and Freemason, and they're satanic and their God is Lucifer. So you need to get them out of there and put a Republican. Mayor said this is despicable what we're witnessing in Texas. Yeah, you're right. It is despicable. You know what I'm saying? As soon as Demon Democrat Eric Adams turned down Republican Governor Abbott offered to come visit, you know what I'm saying? Offered to visit his state, New York receives its first 50 migrants at Port Authority bus terminal. That's right, Mr. Albert. Stick it to him. Stick it to him. Because he's a sellout. He want them keep shit. He talking shit. He want them people to come here. He's lying. You know what I'm saying? Jones rips lawmakers over border crisis. They were all about compassion until they were on their lawn. Fox News. That's right, Mr. Jones. You know what I'm saying? Jones. Lawrence Jones. Drop this one. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Fox News. Lawrence Jones gives his take on the crisis at the southern border. You know what I'm saying? The five. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence said, "Well, it's the reality of what's been happening in Texas for a very long time. And by the way, there are more people to come across the border in Texas in a day in a day than what we're dropping off in New York. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In New York today. But how did we get to this point? Ah, good statement. Good statement. Mayor Eric Adams accused Greg Abbott of doing this before he was even doing it. You remember, Judge, when those same migrants when 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 same migrants when we followed their plane when it landed in New York and we followed it all the way into Jersey and they called the police on our camera crew, you know, they called the police on our camera crew because they did not want us to sit in Westchester. So when they were coming to New York, those migrants, you know, Adams gave this press conference and said these people are coming from Texas. They weren't coming from Texas. You know what I'm saying? The Biden administration, let's look at this, the demon Democrats, creepy Joe Biden administration were busing people and flying them in. They were dropping them off in local communities and he said was going after Abbott, but this and Abbott was like, okay, you know what I'm saying, you want them, you got them, and you got them, you want them from Texas. No, this is what they were flying them in before Mr. Abbott even had that idea. You know what I'm saying? They were already flying them into the country and to New York and all over the place. You see what I'm saying? You want to make us the enemy, and he shipped them there. But I think right now, what it's doing, what it's doing right now, I think what it's doing right now is highlighting it. I think what it's doing right now is highlighting the hypocrisy from the left. They were all about compassion and giving them handouts and walking them into the country until they were on their lawns. Beautiful statement. Beautiful statement. That's right, brother. Step up. Step up, brother. Give it to them. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? When conservatives, it was fine. It was fine when it was conservative areas. There were migrants are going. All the migrants are going, and now it's uh, it's affecting them. You know what I'm saying? But it was good when it was only, like you say, it was good when it was only conservative states. You know what I'm saying? Greg Abbott and so on and so on. They don't care about it. There were past pros pros and 80 billion right now for 87,000 new IRS agents. How about you send that money to the border for those men and women who are trying to keep us safe on day-to-day basis? You know what I'm saying? And then you got a Fox News lady up there looking beautiful. But what, you know what I'm saying? So I'm moving on. But we see the Governor Abbott sends a busload of migrants from Texas to New York after New York mayor declines an invitation. But Biden was shipping them around the country long before Mr. Abbott did that. This is what he was doing. All of a sudden, now it becomes a problem. But Biden was doing that in order to create a new voting, to create hammer chaos off of the pedophilia, blood sucking, child sacrifice, and all the shit they were doing inside the government to get it off their ass from going to jail. He let all these people he's shipping. He was shipping them, flying them around, even saying give them 450,000. And I can't believe American people actually believe and then went for some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Wow, you know what I mean? So all of a sudden now it's a problem. Manhattan DA pushed back on Mayor Adams' criticism of insane bail reform laws. He should, both of y'all is two clowns, and I don't trust neither of the shit you got to see. Y'all all full of shit bully like a motherfucker. You and Mr. Bragg. Don't give me that shit. Pentagon rejects DC mayor's request for National Guard to help with the busing. Tell with the bust migrants. Okay. But that's not the National Guard job. You know what I'm saying? Texas governor offers Washington, D.C. and New York City a deal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When we come back, we're going to talk about that on that deal. So this is Point Black saying, hold tight, hold right. And we got some clowns in here tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we going to stay strong, wise, and wisdom, and keep our eye. Rah. Stay for eye. Farewell, my friends. We will meet again. One.